Hi, I'm Tracy Faulkner from Lush Fabrics with your release for this Sunday. 9 new fabrics this week. A few different bases for you again, and some really pretty prints. So, first one is super bright. You might need some sunglasses for this first one. It is really bright, but it is really, really pretty. It's called Impulsive. It's not coming up anywhere near as bright on my screen as it is in person, which is a bit disappointing after that build-up. Okay, this is a ghost crepe, and it is hot pink. It looks like a mid-pink here. It is a fluorescent pink. It's a shame it's not showing up its true colour. Anyway, it'll look more like what it actually is on the website. So, ghost crepe is a woven fabric, and it does have a crepey texture that you can see there. It has really gorgeous drape. So it's really light, it's about 125 GSM, so it's really lovely to wear in the warm weather because it does fall really nicely and it's so light. It is polyester, it's 96% polyester and 4% spandex. Look, it does have good bias stretch, which might have something to do with that spandex or just the way it's woven together, who knows. Now, I couldn't find a matching thread for this one because it is so bright. I do have a coordinating fabric though, which is the neon pink double brush poly. And this isn't coming up anywhere near as pink either. But they do look good together. I guess it's hard for you to tell because it's not showing the true colours, but do check it out on the website. This would make an awesome pair of summery palazzo pants or a dress or a beach throwover, or there's so many options. It is very bright, but it's very beautiful. So Impulsive Ghost Crepe. All right, I have a couple of DTYs to show you now, and DTYs are basically a poly knit. They have a slightly slinky feel to it. They're not so slinky that they're a nightmare to work with, because some slinky fabrics, although they feel really great to wear, they just move so much when you sew them that it gets a little bit tricky. So these are slinky, but not so slinky that they're a nightmare. This one is called Carefree, and it's super pretty. All those gorgeous blues and just a little bit of yellow in there. So DTY is white on the back, so it's just printed on the one side. It is brushed poly before it was brushed, to give you a little bit of an idea of what it's like. So double brush poly and single brush poly often starts out as DTY, and then they brush the surfaces, which make them really gorgeous and soft, and that becomes our brush poly. So this one, DTY, has nice stretch both ways, really nice drape. So it makes it really great for a lot of different garments, given that it's really good stretch. It has great recovery on stretch, so it's not going to get bigger on you during the day. It'll stretch out and it'll pop right back in again. It won't keep that stretch. Okay, 3502 is the coordinating thread for this one, and we'll have links for all this sort of stuff on our website. So if you like something that you see, a coordinate or a thread, you will find that information on the website. Okay, yellow rayon modal. If you really like the yellow in here and you want to pick that one up a little bit more, that looks really pretty. White. This is double brush poly, but we've got lots of whites. We've got bamboo, we've got modal, we've got soft ponche, we've got French terry. We've got this one, we've got cotton spandex, so there's lots of different whites. Pools of blue, this is a cotton spandex, looks really pretty with it. Or mellow yellow, cotton spandex. Oop, nearly dropped it. It looks nice with it as well. So there's a couple of different yellows there. So this is the brighter of the two, and there's a softer yellow in there for that round modal. And royal blue 2.0, which is a double brush poly. So they all look really nice. Isn't it so pretty, this one? So, Carefree, DTY. And the next DTY is called Freedom. And it's this gorgeous gingham floral that we have here. So that's so pretty. So they are quite big flowers, but they're sort of fairly muted colours in the flowers and in the leaves as well. It's really cute. So again, you've got your good stretch both ways, and then a really nice drape. So beautiful for dresses, tops, pants, skirts, little throw over style cardies, you name it. So much you can do with this fabric base. I've just put it with thread number 1000, which is the off-white. And then we put this with the green olive 250 GSM modal because it goes really nicely with those leaves. And what else did we do? Off-white modal. Obviously it'd look amazing with black as well. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite match the flowers on this one, which is a bit of a shame because that would have been really pretty. But, I mean, we've got so many different colours here. It seems crazy sometimes that we can't find a match, but sometimes it's just not quite right. So, Freedom, DTY. Now, I have another polymetallic for you. I do really like these polymetallics. This time we have copper. It is so, so beautiful. Fortunately, it's not my colour, otherwise I would definitely have sewn something up. So this polymetallic is 93% polyester and 7% spandex. It's 180 GSM, so it's really light. It does have some sheerness, as you can see there. I think it would be fine for a top, but I think if you were going to do a dress or a skirt, I think you would have some sheerness over your legs there. So whether you do a lining for your garment or if you just buy a little slip, that's what I would do. Just go and buy a little slip to put under, and then I can use it for different things and don't have to worry about sewing in a lining. So it's really pretty. It's got these very small little pleats, and then they've kind of got this black background. So it's this coppery colour on top, a little bit of black on the inner part of the pleat. It's not really a pleat, but it just gives it a really striking look. So pretty. And look at the drape. It just drapes beautifully. It's so pretty. So really nice stretch both ways. It is a vertical line that runs through it too. And there is that gorgeous drape. Now, I don't have any thread to match. I don't have anything quite this colour. I would possibly be inclined to use black, just because that is what's running in the background. But you might have something better that will match. And I don't have any coordinating fabrics either because I don't have anything this colour. It is that amazing. Black would look really beautiful with it, of course. It's just so pretty. Copper, metallic, poly knit. So nice. Okay, next one is what I am wearing, and this is called Red and Navy Tie-Dye. I made my very first, just make sure I'm right there, I'm good, South Shore romper by Ellie & Mac. I've owned this pattern for a very long time, and I've admired other people's makes in this pattern for a very long time. Finally got around to sewing it this week. It's a surprisingly quick sew. I think the reason I didn't was like, oh, pants and a top, and then I've got to join them together. You know, that seems like a lot of work. But it wasn't. It sewed up really, really quickly. So I did the shorts length and obviously sleeveless. It does come with a sash. I didn't sew a sash. I actually prefer the belt with it. So there's the back of me. I really like it, and it's so soft and comfortable in this brush poly, and because it's sleeveless and it's short, it's okay for a warmer day. I won't find it too horrible for a warmer day. There's a bit of room in the shorts for a bit of airflow, not so much in the top section, but it is quite a deep V, and obviously no sleeves, so that makes it a bit cooler. I'm a fan. I'll probably be making more of these South Shore rompers. So this is the cut of fabric. So it's a double brush poly. Feels beautiful. Tie-dyes are actually tie-dyed and not printed. So you've got the print on both sides, whereas double brush poly is often like DTY and it's white on the back. But these these tie-dyes are real tie-dyes and not just a print. So amazing stretch in this double brush poly, both ways. Beautiful drape, and you can see the drape just from how they sit on me. You know, they just sit down really nicely. If this was a cotton spandex or something like that, it could still work really well, but it would look a little bit different. They would sit out just a little bit more, but these just drape and fall really nicely. And it's not really tight here, but you know, there's probably a little bit of negative ease, and it works really well for that too. So double brush poly won't grow on me at all during the day. It will be the same size at the end of the day as it was at the start, which is great. So it's got really good recovery on its stretch. Okay, so I just used a navy thread for this because, you know, you've got different colours going across, so you're never going to be able to find the one colour that's going to match them all. So I just went with 3561 for mine. You might choose to do a red with yours. You know, there are a few different colours in here, so you might just have something at home already that will work. Okay, this looks really nice with a watermelon cotton spandex, bright light blue cotton spandex, and that goes with these lighter colours in here, and that really lightens it up. Or tangerine double brush poly for the darker colours that we have in there. So pretty. I do love a tie-dye, and I like these colours. So red and navy tie-dye double brush poly. Alright, I've got two more double brush polys to show you. This one, you've seen this print before. I just think it's so pretty, and I'm so jealous that it's not colours that I can wear because they are super, super sweet. This is called Fluctuate, and this time it's Fluctuate in purple. Isn't that so pretty? It's just the sweetest little print, really nice little colours. It's really soft. Not good on me, not to worry. Hopefully it'll look great on you. So this is a white background, but it's not that obvious on this one because it's quite a light print anyway. So again, it has really great stretch both ways. Beautiful drape. So many garments that I would make with double brush poly and have made with double brush poly. You know, dresses, tops, pants, skirts, leggings, cardigans, jumpers. There's just so much that you can do. All right, this one I put with, got the right one, number 1000. So just the off-white. And then we did off-white modal as well with this one. So Fluctuate in purple. Very, very pretty. Okay, our last double brush for today. This is another print you've seen before, but I don't think you've seen this in brush poly. I think we've had it in the faux alpaca, possibly something else. So it's called Endangered. And the colour that the supplier called this one is clay. So we've stuck with that, Endangered in clay. And it's kind of a salmon-y pink. I guess I can see why they call it clay. I think it's probably a bit closer to a salmon-y pink, but it's very, very pretty, and it's a great print. I love just a solid colour in the back and then just one colour on top of it. I think it really pops when it's like that. Gorgeous. Love that. So pretty. So it's lovely and soft. Great stretch both ways. Beautiful stretch, beautiful stretch, beautiful drape. It's getting to that point in the video where I can't talk anymore. Okay, 1651 is the thread. This is a little bit lighter. It's showing a lot lighter on the screen than it is. It is just a little bit lighter than the fabric, so I like to go a little bit darker than the fabric. If I can't get the exact same colour, then I'd rather my thread for top stitching be just a little bit darker as opposed to a little bit lighter, because I think it blends a little bit better I don't have anything just a little bit darker, so that is the closest I've got. You might prefer to have a look, to take your fabric to a store or just compare it to the threads that you have at home and find something that's a little bit of a closer match. No coordinates, no coordinating fabrics. Obviously black would look amazing with this one, or it is just beautiful all on its own. So that's Endangered in Clay, double brush poly. Another animal print, this time in new favourite, rib knit. This one is the wide rib knit. So you can see how those ribs are a little bit wider there than our others. We just have a few in this wide rib knit range. So this is called Vixen. And this is 95 poly, 5% spandex, 180 GSM. So it's got this really sweet, like pinky purpley colour in the background. It's really cute. And then just the white. Just the white background. The pinky purpley is part of the print. It's not the background, sorry. Okay, let's look at the stretch on this one. It's really nice. Again, there's a multitude of different garments that you could make out of this fabric base. Got a little bit of vertical going on there. Makes beautiful dresses, tops, pants, you name it. Probably the only thing I wouldn't do with it is leggings. I don't think it would have enough stretch, doesn't have enough vertical stretch for leggings. 2002 is the thread for this one. And off-white modal is the coordinate that we put this with this one. It's getting to the end of the video, can't talk again. All right, Vixen, wide rib knit. All right, we are up to our Lush Sunday special today. And this week it is a rayon spandex. So a Lush Sunday special is a fabric that we choose, and we have one every Sunday. And we just make it a little bit cheaper for the Sunday only, for those who haven't tried Lush before, or for those who haven't tried this particular fabric base before and you want to know what it's going to be like for you. So most people with 1 metre of fabric could make themselves a t-shirt, or perhaps a tank top or something like that, and that's enough to see if it's your sort of fabric. So for example, a lot of people ask, is double brush poly going to be okay in Queensland, or is it going to be okay, the Northern Territory, how's it going to cope? It's a really difficult question to answer because everyone is a little bit different in that. We all cope with different touches, different feels differently. Our thermostats are probably a little bit different, and if we've never been to that area, we actually don't know what it's like. We don't know how humid it is or how hot it is, so it's a little bit tricky for us to judge. But this Lush Sunday special might just be a way to gauge it without spending a fortune, and seeing if it's something that's going to work for you. This fabric, however, is pretty good in humid weather, hot weather, you name it. It's rayon, so it's pretty close to being a natural fibre. So I say that because it does come from a tree. Rayon does come from a tree, but it is quite processed to convert it from the wood to fabric. It does go through quite a process. So it's a fairly natural fibre. But it does breathe really, really well. It's lovely and light, and everything that I've made in rayon spandex, I just want to wear it again on a really hot day because I'm the most comfortable in that. It's really lovely to wear. So this one is called Closure. It's this gorgeous navy background floral print. It's really pretty. So the thing with rayon spandex is it has amazing stretch, but it doesn't have great recovery on that stretch. So it can get bigger on you during the day. So we can still work with that. We can do things like using clear elastic in horizontal seams, so definitely in your shoulder seam. If I was to have sewn this up with rayon spandex, there is a waist seam here. I would have put clear elastic in that waist seam. And it just gives it that little bit more strength, and so it doesn't pull down as much. And another way to counteract that is to just think about the weight that your garment is going to be. If you're thinking of doing a maxi dress in this and it doesn't have a waist seam, I would perhaps reconsider that because I think it would get bigger on you during the day. But if it's something with a waist seam, then you can put some clear elastic to stabilise it in the shoulders and in the waist to help give it some strength. Another thing that you can do is don't hang your garment if it's a long one. I've got rayon spandex t-shirts and I hang those up and they are no problem at all. But I do have 1 or 2 dresses in rayon spandex and I fold them like this and then I put them over my hanger like that so that there's not too much hanging down and stretching out. Or you can just fold it up and put it in a drawer. It does mean you'll have to iron, which might be a deal breaker for some, but it keeps it in shape, which is nice, right? Okay, did I show you the stretch? I did, didn't I? Did I show you the drape? Beautiful drape. Really nice. So this one I put with that same navy thread, 3561, and we matched it up with the off-white modal. There are some whitey bits in there. Navy cotton spandex, 180. Mango cream round modal, which is super pretty. And aqua, which is a cotton spandex. It just goes in with that blue there. It's really cute. So this is your Lush Sunday special for today, closure rayon spandex. Okay, that's everything. Don't forget to take part in our competitions this week on Facebook, on our page and our group. And we will get all your orders out to you as soon as possible. Please do note that all the postal services are inundated at the moment. And an issue that we're having with Australia Post, which is the company that we do use the most, there's not a lot of scanning of packages going on. So a lot of them do get scanned here when they're picked up. There are some that don't. And they're a specific sort of package. So if we use a particular bag, they don't get scanned when they're picked up from here. They are supposed to be scanned when they're at the depot, but they often don't. They're just so busy at the moment that I think they're just trying to get through the workload that they've got and get the packages out to people. So there are a lot of things which look like they are still sitting here in Perth. They're not. They have been moved on, but things don't get checked in on the road. So a lot of these parcels go by truck from Perth to the eastern states, and there's no check-ins on the way. They don't get checked in again until they hit another depot on the east coast. And if it gets missed there, then it's an even longer delay before the check-in. I know it's really tricky from your end because you don't know where your parcel is or when it's going to arrive. We can only work with them at the moment and just hope that they get through some of this backlog and catch up. But I guess with some people being off work at the moment, they're probably more short-staffed than they normally are. So we do just ask a little bit of patience, and we sincerely apologise for the delay. We do try and get them out as quickly as we can here, but once they're out, we're in the hands of the courier and we just sometimes have to wait. So my apologies if your parcel is very slow getting to you. We do hope it'll catch up soon. Okay, that's it. I hope you loved today's fabrics and I'll be back next week with some more for you. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.